Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Unique.Builder, and today I'm here with an Aquaactress frog build. It is after the September ban list, so there's no goblin. But I am running the other nightmares, I don't know. So I figured I'd give it a try. It's just for fun. I'm not really expecting anything too competitive out of it. But let's get right in. So since this is Aquaactress, I'm running 3 Tetras. It is a 1-for-1 target for an easy summon. It's deck thins, giving you the spells that you can pop to get your aquas back. 3 guppies. So this is actually a level 2 aqua, so you can use it to get into Toad to negate. There's been a couple times where I have 2 guppies in hand, and actually helps me out a lot. It doesn't say that you can't summon another guppy from your hand, so you can go guppy into another guppy, and then you can summon Arowana from your hand. And if you have Swap Frog in hand as well, you can use Arowana's effect to search for a Tetra, drop Tetra for Swap Frog, and then you can use Arowana and the Swap Frog to get into Miss Starboy, and then the 2 guppies into Toad. I'm not running 3 copies of Arowana just because it's level 6. You don't always summon her, but when you do, it's deck thinning and you get a monster to hand, so why not? 3 swap, 3 dupe, and 2 Ronin. I've never had a problem with these ratios, but the more frogs you have to banish for Ronin, the more you can just keep spamming it out to link spam your opponent. The last monsters is actually 2 shark stickers. So this guy, it's when a fish, sea serpent, or aqua type monster is normal or special summoned to your side of the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card cannot be used as a synchro material, so I don't synchro with this deck whatsoever. It's all Exceed or Link based. This helps me get Miss Starboy with 1 less summon, basically. Next is the hand traps. I'm only running 2 Veilers and 2 Ash. So far, I don't really see a use in, I don't really like Ghost Ogre. Ghost Bell is pretty expensive right now, pretty high price tag on it. And the other hand trap, the Droll and Lockbird, I don't really like it. If anything, it'll be a side, but these are the 2 that I run for now. So for spells, I'm running 2 Aquarium Set, 2 Aquarium Lighting, and just the 1 Stage. It's not a heavy Aquaactress deck, so I don't see the use in running more than these. But they're here because it actually does help out sometimes. If I do get a heavy Aquaactress hand, then I can play it as such, just with these cards. 3 MSTs. I was running Twin Twister at first, but I don't always have the discard. I don't always want to discard something from my hand. So MST was the next best thing. It's a free pop, so I can pop a Stage, Aquarium, Lighting, or Set, and get a summon from grave. So if I've previously summoned the Toad, I can MST one of these if I don't have a monster. I can summon Toad back, and it's a free negate basically. Next, it's at 2. I wish my original build was before the ban list. I was running this at 3, just so I don't have to worry about hand traps so much. But ban list came through, knocked it down to 2, which I guess I'm okay with that. 1 Maria of Greed. This was a last minute throw in because of Called. At some point I'm going to try to get this switched out, but I haven't really figured out what for. I just don't really like the condition of having to shuffle 2 water monsters back when I'm trying to get as much water monsters in my hand as possible. 1 for 1. It's just a quick drop a monster from hand and summon Tetra effect to search. You can get Stage or Set. Those are usually the 2 more useful ones. 1 World Legacy Succession and 1 Monster Reborn. This is just combo extender basically, and 1 Foolish Burial. There's times where I've used the Foolish Burial to drop a Tetra to grave and then Monster Reborn it back, get the search, or you can do something else like normal Frog, the swap Frog, send Ronin, Foolish Burial, a dupe or another swap, and banish special the Ronin Toad and go for Toad. There's different ways to use it. And the last 3 cards are actually traps. It's just a Solemn Brigade, 1 Strike, Warning, and 1 Judgment. On to the extra deck. So, in terms of Exceeds, I only run 3 Exceeds in the deck, and they're all frog based, sort of. Sky Cavalry actually helps me get past the large Cosmo ships. Since they can't be targeted, and if you destroy them they float, you just summon Sky Cavalry. You crash into it, you'll take like 1,000, something like that, and you just shuffle it, you bounce it back to the hand, and that's it. They get set back because they just lost their big monster on board. It didn't float into anything because it wasn't destroyed, so you're in a pretty good spot at that point. And then the 2 Toads. So turn 1, your goal is basically to summon one of the Toads, and if you can, a Starboy. And if the Toad lives, the next turn is when you start link spamming. You use a Toad, and then once Toad hits grave, when you link with it, you'll grab a swap back, normal swap, pitch to grave, just regular Toad stuff, but you'll keep cycling through your Ronin and grave and summoning it back to link summon again. It's pretty fun actually. 1 Nightmare Mermaid, 1 Link Karibo for the Tetra. I don't really summon these too much. Tetra usually goes into my Starboy or a bigger Link monster. I don't summon Link Karibo too much. For the Link 2s, I have a Proxy, Reproducus, which this is actually kind of a weird card. I just read it just now, well not just now, but a little bit ago, and basically it helps you to kind of pseudo break some certain boards, but it has some pretty specific conditions. So basically you'll declare 1 monster type, or you can declare 1 monster attribute, and the monsters that he points to becomes that type and or attribute. So if they have goes in match or rivalry, you can end up getting rid of one of their monsters if this monster points to it. Next for the Link 2s, I'm only running 1 Starboy, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, and 1 Phoenix. Basically, this Reaperduckus was supposed to be the Goblin, and yeah, we all know what happened to that. Link 3s, I have 1 Trisbana and 1 Nightmare Unicorn. This, I thought it would get around Cosmos coming back, but you can't even target it in the first place. If it's a smaller ship, then you can shuffle it back and it's not destroying it. That's kind of why I like it. Same concept with Trisbana. If they summon it to a zone that Trisbana points at, then you'll just banish it and any back rows they have. So if they have the Cosmojo, it'll get banished off Trisbana. It's basically the general idea. Link 4s, I have a Skuldred to fix my hand, Borreload as a boss monster, and Gumbler. I'm not really sure how I feel about running Griffin. I almost did at one point, but I ended up putting in Gumbler, just kind of testing it out to see how it works. But I don't have a side for this deck, just because I haven't really tested it out too much. But it's so far it's pretty fun. Turn 2, it usually pops off pretty good. Turn 1, it's usually controlling the opponent with hand traps, Toad, and the Solemn Brigade. Turn 2, you usually link spam and try to tear apart the board, beat them down. But that's all I got for the Aquaactress deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Test it out for yourself. Let me know if it worked.